Aethir is a new GPU AI related crypto project. Today we're going to be talking about it and also a concern I have for the project as a whole and the price action. So let's just go over everything. So first of all, we can see here that the TGE actually just came out. So it's been 24 hours since me recording this video right now. So here we can see Aethir, the world's only enterprise grade GPU as a service, DeepIn, is launching its token. So this is a really big sector, right? It's a part of the entire DeepIn related space. Actually, Render Protocol is the top #1 GPU related type of project. Also, fun fact, Render Protocol is actually one of the 8 coins that has actually broken its previous all-time high against Bitcoin. Everything else since the time of FTX has actually bled against Bitcoin. And Render is also related to the entire AI GPU borrowing and lending space as well. So it's a huge narrative. So Aethir actually hits upon a few narratives. We have gaming, AI, DeepIn, borrowing, lending, GPU, that type of space, right? And so here we can see on their website, they have actually a lot of capital that's also backed them as well. So this is also a good thing. It could also be a bad thing, which we'll talk about in a bit. And yeah, we can just see cloud-based porting. So cost-effective game porting, transition graphically intensive games to the cloud, bypassing costly development and backwards capability, early game testing, cross-platform experiences, etc. And then there's a little bit of stuff related to artificial intelligence. We can see here gaming is kind of a big part of their website, at least as of right now. And the foundation of the project was built starting in 2021, believe it or not. And so since then, it has been, just kind of developing in the back end before the TGE. So we can see here in 2022, there was seed funding as well. And in 2023, there was also pre-A funding. Now, one of the products that's actually already been announced and on the way is Aethir Edge. So if you guys want to start edging, you can do that with your Aethir. Now we can see here that how it works is basically it's a GPU box. And with that, you can actually get around 23%. So through Aethir Edge, we enable everyone to join Aethir's network as a service provider who wishes to contribute their underutilized broadband, IP addresses, bandwidth, or GPU computing resources to our DeepIn in exchange for 23% of ATH token rewards. So you can actually see here, there is around right now 100,000 people, actually 147,000 people have actually already signed up to be notified when the box is actually going to come out and when they're going to start shipping it to individuals. But yeah, here you can see a little bit more about the features. So this is kind of similar to the entire Blender box. If you guys know, Blender is another GPU borrowing lending type of project, and they have their own box that individuals can buy and therefore contribute to the network with that box as well. Now, overall, I like the project so far. I mean, I like the narratives that it's hitting upon. I like it. It has a market cap of $313 million right now per the TGE, which was just around 24 hours ago. Along with this, though, let's talk about the bad. So that comes to the tokenomics, which I don't necessarily like. So it's a low float project. So a low float as in there is going to be a ton of supply that will eventually come out. Right now, it's a low float compared to the max supply. So there's only a little bit compared to the max. So right now there's only 9%, which is circulating, which is 3.7 billion. Whereas there will be 42 billion as the total max supply, which will ever come out into supply as of right now. So that'll be around 38 billion more tokens, which will come out into supply. So there's going to be a ton of inflation. So because there's still going to be a ton of inflation, there's a few problems with that, which one of the first concerns I have is that, they have a lot of backing, right? They have the backing here. Like some of these individuals and companies and exchanges may be possibly invested heavily into these projects. And well, you could argue that, well, maybe they're locked and maybe it's going to take years for, some of their seed money to eventually get locked. And you're right about that. The problem with it, though, is that there's staking associated with that. So they could stake their entire large supply. Along with that, they could earn a decent yield and then immediately just dump those tokens, which are just coming onto the market. So in this case, there is not just the idea of supply and demand with a fixed supply. Whereas if the demand exceeds the selling pressure, then the price will actually go up. The problem here is that there's going to be 38 billion tokens that will eventually come out. And a part of those, any of these VC funds or individuals who are staking tons of tokens can immediately just sell their supply. So it's kind of a concern that I have. Let me know your thoughts about Aethir in the comments down below. Overall, I like the project, but the tokenomics are a bit concerning to me. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for this one. Goodbye.